Jammu and Kashmir. Let's take a look. Trouble brews for the Congress and National Conference alliance here with the Congress. Right. Trouble brewing for the Congress National Conference camp in Jammu and Kashmir. Congress mulling support to Omar government from the outside is what is now being said. Congress to support Omar Abdullah government from outside, with sources confirming that the National Conference and Congress leadership haven't met even once on this matter. While the National Conference, as being the bigger partner, had shown very little interest in offering Congress anything from their side, with just 6 MLAs, Congress not being in a position of bargaining has also preferred to adopt a wait-and-watch policy. There is a strong sentiment within the Congress that the party should support from outside, considering its bigger goal of keeping the India alliance strong and presenting a united front, the need of which has only increased after the Haryana debacle and the Maharashtra-Jharkhand election dates, which have been announced. Mir, getting in more details. Mir, you were telling us earlier that not a single meeting has been held between the Congress and the National Conference on this entire matter, clearly indicating that both sides know that perhaps at this point in time, being a part of the government with having one berth could mean humiliation for the Congress party, and also the National Conference would want things to work out. But outside support perhaps is good enough this time around, isn't it?
That's right, Sneha. This is quite surprising that the alliance partners on this very important issue of power sharing haven't even met once. Yes, the Congress leadership did go to Umar Abdullah's residence to hand over a letter of support, but other than that, there has not been a single meeting where these differences or these issues could be ironed out. And even when the swearing-in ceremony is just 2-3 hours away, you still are undecided. So that obviously tells you that all is not well with this particular alliance. It was the case from the very beginning. Now, they started with the pre-poll alliance, but as the list of candidates from both sides came out, there were differences on many constituencies. Then came the concept of friendly seats, where they decided to fight to get, basically go for a friendly fight on at least 5 constituencies. Now, we've been told that from day one there were apprehensions in both camps, especially the Congress, that National Conference is not adhering to the alliance regulations, and what it is doing is that it is its candidates are contesting as independents from various constituencies. So obviously that is a breach of trust, though it was not out in the open, but deep inside there was distrust. And once the National Conference came in as the bigger partner, a much bigger partner, because NC on its own with the help of independents from Jammu can form a government. So Congress obviously with just 6 MLAs, it seems it also decided it's not in a position to bargain. From the National Conference side also there was absolutely no approach. They were not interested in offering from their side anything to the Congress. So it came to a standstill. It came to a situation where there was absolute freeze, no connection. And now, even today, when, as I said, the swearing-in is happening in a few hours, we still do not know whether the Congress will be part of the government or it will basically support from outside. Our sources tell us that from last some time, there is a sentiment within the Congress that it should support from outside, because it has to really look at the bigger picture, the pan-India goal of keeping the BJP away, keeping the India alliance in good health, considering that there are 2 very critical elections. Also keeping in mind what has happened in Haryana, which was an absolute shocker for the Congress, and that's why they are taking the bigger, basically moral high ground and talking of the pan-India picture and allowing National Conference the elbow room, going a few steps back and telling them that you can continue with your government. It is a UT government any which way. There are only 10 ministerial berths, so you can have them and we'll support you from outside. But while this is happening, deep inside, definitely there is distrust. People, at least as far as Congress is concerned, local leadership is not happy with the National Conference, the way it has dealt with things after basically coming into power in a big way, having the maximum seats. So obviously they feel that there is some kind of arrogance that has creeped into the approach of the National Conference, and the best way is to support from outside for the sake of the India alliance and for the sake of the bigger picture of keeping the BJP away. So that seems to be the sentiment, though still Congress says that final call will be taken by Rahul Gandhi, but obviously it is already too late, considering that the swearing-in ceremony will happen in 2-3 hours. But Sneha, let me also show you what's happening on the ground here. you have the all arrangements are in place. The other side is that's a big day for Jammu and Kashmir because in a way democracy is coming back after 10 years. You have elected government taking oath, though many may call it as a weak government, a government where the model is of sharing power with the LG, with the more important critical powers with the Lieutenant Governor, but still you will have a government formation, you will have an assembly, you will have people's representatives, you will have issues like Sadak Bijli Pani being dealt by the local representatives and not by the bureaucracy. That was the demand of the people, of the Janta. So that seems to be the sense right now. People are happy. Now we'll have to wait and see how this pans out because as I said, from day one, people are basically anticipating LG versus Chief Minister stories from here on. Pretty much like what has been happening in Delhi, but then we'll have to wait and watch.
We'll keep coming back to you for more details on that story. He's joining us from the venue where at 11:30 this morning, Omar Abdullah will be taking oath as the Chief Minister.